Here you can see me using the try-bush tech on my main account, and you'll quickly see the benefits of doing this. The lane bush cheese is so free if the enemies don't walk with the wave, and as you can see it can still work even without the hook. When doing this, you generally want to focus the ADC or the lowest max HP target, like an enchanter without bone plating. We have full control of the lane now, and to be honest, my Kalista could have frozen this. It doesn't mean that we already won the lane, it just means that we win any 2v2 while the wave is still pushing towards their tower, and we need to take advantage of that. Don't forget to walk up to pressure them away from the XP and gold as well as you can. And if they greed for it, then you punish them. I'll be right here, ready, waiting for Zeri to greed. Because she will. She's only human. The second she walks up a little too far, I punish her. And there goes her flash and HP. As she realized that I won't let her walk up and she lost her flash, she has to respect us. Meaning we should let their minions kill ours. To maximize their losses in XP and gold. At the same time, we are building up a big wave which will give us the opportunity to dive if we want to. Or it will give us the tempo to be elsewhere on the map, or to get a free reset and spend our gold. I make sure to release my hook as quickly as possible, as to not get it cancelled by Thresh's play. I spot the Zeri in a miss position and punish her for it. She's level 1 and has no flash. What is she gonna do? Now, we would normally hard push the wave, but instead we freeze and then turn it into a slow push. Because we can both stay with the amount of HP and mana that we have, and the wave state is in a good enough spot to maintain a slow push without it hitting the tower before Zeri returns. And she's still losing a ton of minions, arguably more this way. I know that Thresh is still level 1 and that he only has his E. I also know that we have 100% prio in the lane, and because of these two things I can use my E to engage. Which would have been troll if neither of those statements were true. But I didn't notice that Zeri had hit level 2 and had her dash, which was bad of me. Luckily we have the wave prio and a jungler nearby, making it impossible for them to win the fight. Unlike last time, we now need our HP back and have a lot more gold that we need to spend. Therefore we have to hard push the wave before we do exactly that. Both to maximize their losses in XP and gold, but also to make the wave bounce back to us by the time we're back. We make sure to last hit all the minions to manipulate the wave into the happy spot. If I delayed my autos more on those two minions, the wave would actually be in the absolute perfect spot. Also, when the enemies disappear, signal it to your team, it's not that hard to SS. We're slow pushing it again because we want to build up a wave. This is because we have the level and item lead, meaning that they can't fight us. We therefore automatically also get the wave prio, which gives us another advantage, making it impossible for them to 2v2 us. They are still not allowed to walk up for the XP and gold, and since we have the wave close to our tower, they have to walk a long way back to safety if they greed for the minions. I like to call this Pike's hunting area. We are literally just setting up free kill opportunities by manipulating the waves, while also denying them XP and gold. Either they stay far away and gain no XP and gold, or they die and still gain no XP and gold. I caught Zeri in a miss position here, which was really good, except for the fact that I had no idea where the enemy mid or jungle were, making it a little coin flippy. And sadly the entire Avengers assembled upon us. My bad, lol. Since the wave isn't frozen, nor crashing at our tower, I don't need to be bot, there's nothing to do there. Therefore I path towards mid, in case I can make a play or prevent a play from the enemies. Zed's a big boy though, so he doesn't need my help. But it's a good thing that I'm here, just in case. Especially considering Shaco was lurking about. I'm still not needed bot, so I remove the control ward and take the opportunity to guard the Zed. I know that Shaco can kill him in a 1v1, and I know that Zed wants to crash the wave before he resets. They also don't need my help on Dragon, since we see both bot laners bot and the wave is pushed, meaning that we have prio bot. The mid laner is dead, meaning that we have prio mid, and we know that SoloQ is pathing top. I make sure not to show myself to make the SoloQ believe that I am pathing bot and that he's 1v1ing the Z. And as you can see, it's gonna pay off. I saved the Z, he got to crash the wave, and SoloQ lost a bunch of tempo. Then I pathed straight to bot, and sadly I'm a little late and I lose quite a bit of XP. The second I realize that they are here, my brain stops autopiloting and I actually walk up and threaten them, as I'm supposed to do, zoning them away from the XP while we again slow push. I clear the bushes and I assert my dominance, making sure that my hunting area is safe and that the enemies can't see what I'm doing and that they can't walk up. Sadly, my Kalista overpushed the wave. That's gonna happen to you as well, don't you worry. Doesn't matter if you play ADC or support, the other one will rarely ever think the same way you do, even if there's only one correct play. It helps to have a duo though, for those of you who still have that privilege. Yeah. We do a little bit of fishing. I hook the Thresh to let my Kalista poke him down, making him easier to kill later on. We can do this because we have quite a big wave. Note down that I'm giving my AD carry the solo plate. Small things like this can change the course of the game. I'm constantly looking for gaps in their armor, and sometimes I'm simply psychotic. But I always make it work. Almost. Yeah. Thresh wasted 2 summon spells and I only lost some HP that I regen back, because Pike passive is funny. And if you're not BMing, then you're not playing him right. The wave is in a perfect state to push back to us, letting us freeze and force them to walk up, which will end up with us killing them. But instead we grief and we push it, because we're in the mindset of diving them and we're not thinking straight. We don't have a big wave anymore. Should we dive here? No, we should not. Do we still dive here? Yes, we do. So here we're both throwing a lead and giving them the opportunity to get back into the game, or in a less refined way, fucking inting. The only good thing, or not terrible thing, is that the wave state is fine. She isn't freezing and is not crashing, meaning we don't lose too much. But we still lose a lot more than we would have if we didn't completely grief. As you can see, the wave didn't crash before we got back, and Zeri is forced to walk up too far to try to crash the wave before she can reset, or to have a terrible reset while we freeze. She decides to greed for the wave, and therefore I punish her for it. And then I should have just left it, but I got angry and greedy and simply wanted her dead. And the wall is too thick, or I'm just too bad, I don't even want to know. Let me cope in peace. Once again, it would have been so huge to freeze her, and yet we are aimlessly attacking the wave. I am not needed bot, so I look to roam. I avoid the enemy vision on the scuttle with my W, and I get a free kill on Katarina. The problem is that we only crashed a single wave, giving me about 15 to 30 seconds of tempo, depending on how fast they push. Which I'm not taking into account here, and Kalista ends up getting caught because I'm not back in time and because she walked up too far. Smolder probably had a ward in the pixel bush, which is why the roam top sadly became a waste of time. I should not force this, it would be very inconsistent. Remember to use E and W to get back to lane faster. I walk in between mid and bot instead of going straight bot through lane, so I can faster react to a play happening mid or on the jungler, at the same time as I can also react to a play happening on Kalista. I realize that they might hard push the bot wave and try to dive the Kalista if I'm not there, so I run bot instead of lurking around mid. I'm clearing vision the entire way down so that they have zero info on Lilia or Zed's movements. They were using too long to kill the Thresh, so I figured I could speed things up with the ult, not my best impulse. A lot of things that went wrong here. We had no ward in the tribush, we forgot to think about where Katza could be, I could have been there, and Kalista shouldn't have walked up so far without me. It's a cannon wave though, and it's reset, which is acceptable. So I don't have to do anything here until Kalista is back in lane. Here I'm just delaying the Kata, trying to not lose too much HP, while inflicting the most amount of damage. In terms of respect, I won that. I promise I'm not delusional. Normally my ADC would be getting fucked pretty hard here, but I made a goddamn monster. Also, Kallista's kinda broken. At this point, we're just trying to annoy the living shit out of Shaco. We have an insane prior bot, so much so that they aren't even in lane. Which is why it is so free to just fuck Shaco up in his own jungle, setting him back as well. And just like Zeri won't accept losing a few minions, Shaco won't accept us taking his camps. I use my W to sneak into the lane bush in case someone wants to try to get Kallista's big juicy bounty. And then they just gave up. Which you should never fucking do. Thanks for watching, please like and subscribe, join the Discord server if you'd like, we have an awesome community there. And follow me on Twitch to see me live, where you can ask questions at any time. Both will be linked down below.